I was gonna make a nice video here. I was having a bunch of jokes ready of what I thought this game would be. I would die in the middle of the review. It was gonna be great, but then I play the game and it's fucking shit. It's shit, it's boring, it's frustrating. I rage quit, and that's fucking bullshit. My video is gone. Aww. I'm frustrated. Aww. I'm mad. I just wanna fucking... Then I will... Okay. Berserk or Die was made by a developer called Now Games. Not to be mistaken with Now. It's like, it's Now, you know, like Now. And published by Pongal, the same publisher as Vampire Survivors. By the way, if you're gonna play Vampire Survivors, just be careful that you don't get epilepsy. What happened? There's a lot of similarities that are not needed. Drops are too infrequent, the buffs are too boring, with the exception of being the permanent buffs. They aren't that exciting, but they're fine as is. You don't have enough stamina for it to feel engaging, and while I don't typically care too much about marketing, I looked on Steam and saw this. Spinning? Holy fuck. Holy shit. So often.
The vibes! Vibes! The vibes!
It seems like one of the selling points of this is that you are smashing the fuck out of that keyboard. But this is what it looks like actually playing the game. Now, you might be watching this video and think, what's the issue? It looks fine to me. Well, you're not smashing the keyboard. You see this right here? That's the stamina. You can hit once and that's it. There are other characters that work a little differently, but you still just end up waiting to be allowed to do something. It was also kind of a red flag to see that there was a simple mode for the controls, since it's actually a better way to play the game, but it also just goes against what it was supposed to be. So, what the fuck is the point of that? There's like a cut of meat or something like that you can pick up, and you get like a stamina boost for a little while. But that's what I mean when I say that the drops are infrequent. It's a really fun boost, but it's too rare. Maybe the luck stat would have an impact on it. Didn't feel like it though. I wouldn't really complain about it if it was just fun, but it isn't. So it's like, there's no reason to give it a pass in this instance. It's just a funny idea that just completely falls on its face because you don't even do it. Enemies work in the same way as in Vampire Survivors. They come at you in endless herds. I don't think the same structure works in this case though. I can't necessarily come up with a solution for it, but I do have a little bit of a solution with the buffs, because those I also don't like. Here, the day ends and you get the opportunity to buy a bunch of upgrades with the money you have collected. The upgrades are just a little boring. They're just so goddamn boring, the things you can actually buy. You throw a knife into the air, there's like a sword you throw in front of you. That might be interesting if you had more stamina, but you don't, so there is really nothing to be excited about when you have to buy your upgrades. I feel like it would fix quite a bit if they drastically changed something about that. For example, if the upgrades were new moves, then the whole using your keyboard as a controller idea would feel more appropriate. You could allocate them to the different keys on the keyboard, although I do dislike the controls on a fundamental level. I think the idea is that you can just put your hands anywhere and you can figure it out while you're playing, but that's not really the case. I think it's very clunky. The healing should also be something you pick up, since it feels like you never get going in the first place, and you having to buy healing on top of terrible buffs just contributes to the tediousness. But in terms of what this is right now, it is just fucking so frustrating, goddamn. It feels especially jarring as well when the music is actually exciting. Then you just sit there and wait to be allowed to attack. If anything, the UI is creative. The game, generally speaking, looks pretty good. Damage you dish out and take has a lot of oomph to it. They don't actually need to do anything crazy to make this work. Just completely embrace the fun that this game wants to have. You don't need a block button. The focus should be in continuous activity. You really can't have a game called Berserk or Die that is this slow. So instead of dying unfairly or feeling like you're fighting against the controls, giving the player more stamina, maybe five stamina instead of 1, and spawn more soldiers that die in 1 hit. We don't need ones that get knocked back and then you have to like wait for them to come back to you, and then you get hit and you have to block, and it's like this clunky, tedious dance where you step on each other's fucking feet. So yeah, this game was kind of stupid. I thought it was a stinker. 3 out of 10.